are dead. All my friends are dead.
Too soon? Maybe? Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to something that's, well, amazing. That's how she says it, alright? There's a real high inflection there, and that was a pretty good impression. Amazing! So shut the fuck up. Sorry, I have no idea where that came from. Okay, so, those of you that don't know, Mei is a little bit bugged to hell on the PTR at the moment. She can, well, use her wall to phase through everything. She can escape the map, she can escape spawn, she can press through ceilings and get onto roofs. It's quite hilarious. Obviously, this is just legitimately broken and is going to get fixed. No way, no how. But it is a lot of fun, admittedly, to suddenly surprise and phase through solid objects as Mei, as if she needed any more credence to the demonic comparisons. However, there is a secondary effect going on here that's also a bug. Her ice wall, if you place it while looking down at the floor and holding it sideways, will launch you massively into the air. It works on other people as well. And you don't go very far, but you do go very high. And it's a lot of fun. Now, obviously, this isn't intended, but having played Mei with this, imagining it was an actual official change to the character, I was going to say buff, but inherently, it's not really, it's just different. And having played with it, and other people having played with it too, it's so good that I would say there is genuine merit to the argument that MEI'S wall should keep this property and be actually applicable as a launching device. It would open up so many more avenues of attack for both her teammates and Mei, and just basically inject her with a bunch of utility that would be really good for the character. Let's face it, she's not a very good hero. She's annoying, yes, and of course, you know, you want to find someone who looks at you the way that Mei looks at the sun.
Sunshine, lollipop,
Come on, listen, please, it's so hard to hate her anymore! But at the same time, she isn't good. And this doesn't suddenly make her good. Mei being able to, ironically, flank really well with an awesome round-the-map launch isn't suddenly going to get her picked. It might do, because a sudden surprise freeze from the rear will definitely have people start watching their tuckuses, but it's not going to, you know, revolutionize Overwatch. But more than any of this, more than any kind of meta discussion or power level, there are two main factors here. Number one, it's not broken, it's not overpowered, it's not ridiculous, it's just fine. It's a very slow, gentle up-down. There's not that much forward on, as I said. Yes, it lets Mei get to higher positions she otherwise couldn't and fire her icicles, but Mei's a close-range hero anyway, most of the time, and you don't want to be there. Yes, it lets you launch some teammates up to positions they couldn't get to, but generally the people that you want in a higher, elevated, out-of-the-way position are heroes that can get there anyway by themselves. So, again, it's definitely not broken. I'd argue it would be a side grade and an increase by maybe 5-10% of the overall character's power, so nothing crazy. But as I said, that's not the main focus here. The point too is that it's simply fun. It is so much fun to be able to nope out of there by flinging yourself away, to be able to fling an ally into battle, fling an enemy away, just soaring through the air is fantastic. Hell, it could technically be a new mercy counter for the few seconds you're in the air with her. You can beat her down with frost. Because, as we all know, ice types are super effective against flying types. But it's just awesome to experience. It breathes new life into the character and is exhilarating to play with. I normally hate playing as Mei, but today I just played and played all day with Mei today, and I tried to Dr. Zeus it, but didn't really work too well. And it's just fantastic. And when you have the opportunity to make a change that, by the way, makes logical sense, she is very rapidly flinging a wall of ice from underneath her. It wouldn't give as much launch as we're seeing, but it definitely would give some launch. Like, it does have the potential, and it would have been much easier for Mei to save herself from Death Ice Base if she could have just launched herself up the tower, let's be honest here. But it makes sense, and the thing is, if you have the opportunity to make a change to a character that just adds a load more dynamic fun to them, expands the options that they can do, expands the amount of thinking the enemy has to do because they're expecting new and different things from the Mei without making them overpowered and without even really giving them that much of an increase in power, then I think it really should happen. There's definitely the possibility that it's not in keeping with Mei. You know, she's not supposed to be super mobile. She's supposed to be a slower hero. You know, she's very much the epitome of a glacial advance. But at the same time, with the freezing, it works with the ice theme and her launching through the air. Yeah, it doesn't make that much sense. And I can totally get on board with that. But I just think there is too much, and I'll say it again because it really comes down to it, too much fun to be gained from this change for it to just be ignored. Maybe lower it, maybe half the height that you go, but adding a launching element to this wall is just so, well, cool. And I would have it so that the launch happens if you have a sideways wall. And that makes people go up. The vertical wall acts like it normally does now. At least then you have some agency at whether you want it or not, increasing the utility. But there's just not much inherently to say in this video other than look at this cool bug. And at the same time, how awesome would it be if she could do this by default? Because I think it's very, very hard to say that it wouldn't be awesome. That it wouldn't enhance the overall gameplay fun from both the enemy and Mei's perspective, because it is fun to see someone flying through the air towards you. That's an exciting moment in Overwatch, it really is. And just opening up the possibilities of strategies involving ice wall catapulting your ally into the team for an impactful ultimate, I mean, that's a whole new dynamic of gameplay that's actually unique and something that's new and explorable added to the game from just keeping a simple accidental bug. And would that not be a wondrous happy accident? Like what I'm sure your parents called you. Oh no, I am sorry, I'm just self-projecting. So yeah, I think in just generally making game better to play level, this totally needs to stay. It really, really does. And while we're here, I do want to touch quickly on the Mei cinematics. I didn't make a video specifically on it for, well, the reason I'm about to talk about now is I touch upon the Mei cinematic. So damn it, let me touch the Mei cinematic. It's okay. I enjoyed it. It was nice to see it happen. It was adorable in a lot of respects, sad in a lot of others. But it basically just filled in the gaps of what we already knew from Mei's backstory anyway, and I say issue, it's not like it's a bad thing, it's fine to just have a cinematic that's just cool without it being ridiculous, but on the ridiculous front, I kind of wanted more like lore bombs, you know, something like, oh, that's cool, oh, get hyped for this happening, whereas outside of the data, a few little Easter eggs in news articles and Winston's message, there wasn't really a crazy amount, so I guess it depends on what you want from a cinematic, doesn't it? Like, inherently, the overall experience of watching it was good. As an Overwatch fan, it was good, but as someone who's super into the lore, I kind of wanted a little bit more to taste, to hint around the edges, if that makes sense. So yeah, I know this isn't a crazy long one, but I think it's definitely something that needs talking about. Junkertown coming very, very soon, a secrety, exploratory video, but for now, my name's been Rage. Like you've enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and everyone vote for launching Mei! You know that it will make your day and enhance your play, so come what may, we must have our way! A goodbye.